The Legend of Heroes Ao no Kiseki represents what I think is the perfect sequel in a game. There are so many improvements this game does, and it builds upon first game of Zero no Kiseki, in that it vastly improves the gameplay without changing too much, but it provides a bunch of quality of life things that really smooth the experience. From the story, the pacing, the gameplay, and the characters. When I said that Zero no Kiseki was one of the best examples of character development and how they handle the pacing, this game just makes it so much better, and is probably my favorite in the series. The story will continue from where you left off from Zero, and it only gets crazier from there, where Zero builds and sets up the characters in this particular city of Crossbell. This is when the writers and developers of this game can truly show how crazy and hyped up you can get about a story. Since now that they've established the characters, they can now really make you get involved in the overarching story that all these games have been connecting to and building up. It feels like the end of this particular group that I've gotten so attached to, but in reality, it's only another chapter in a long line of excellent games. No other gaming franchises have done something like this, where all these games are just one chapter in a very enjoyable book. I only wish there was more of it, because I was sad to finally finish this game after doing everything I could, from side quests to monster chests, anything like that. Like I was talking about the gameplay, it really improves on what you can do. So now they've added master ports, which I know they've added into Trails of Cold Steel, but this helps it give more depth, because you get roughly 10 to 20 different master ports that give you specific stats. So if you want to do certain builds, you can, if you want. There's definitely going to be better choices for master ports for certain characters, but the option is there. You have all these standard things you find in these games, so fishing minigame, there's actually a story to it. It's pretty fun. You're basically facing the Elite Four of the fishing guild, which is it's a fun little side story. Gameplay is, like I said, it's about the same from Zero and Trails in the Sky, with notable improvements. You have the burst function, where if you could build up a meter, you can take simultaneous turns, which usually is about 6 turns, and you can instantly cast arts and things like that, back to back. So utilizing the burst function in this game is important to really taking advantage of what you can do in the game. Like I said, with the characters, you have the established 4 characters of Lloyd, Ellie, Theo, and Randy, but now you also get 2 more characters. You get Noelle, and you get Wazi. And these characters are great additions for the special support section, because they just really fit in, and I really enjoyed all the characters. especially Wazzy. Wazzy really turned me around. I wasn't too sure in Zero how he would, win me over, but he ended up being one of my favorites because his character arc was really good. I really enjoyed him. The story can get really crazy, which I like. It's also fun at times. It strikes a good balance of the fun and then the serious tones. And things just get real, I will say, without spoiling. It's a really fun game. I had a blast just enjoying all aspects of it. All the mini games they've added and things like that. I think the story was a much bigger improvement over Zero. For Zero, I know I said that it's not the best, but the characters are what draw me to that game. In this case, characters and the story draw me to this game. This is a more well-balanced package of a game that I'm attached to knowing more about the world, the characters, and actually being really addicted to the game in itself. I think it's a really awesome game that everyone that is even interested in the series or JRPGs should really check out, because this is the culmination so far of what you could do with the well-written story, well-written characters, and fun gameplay. I wish there was more, like I said. I really wanted to play more. Once I was finished, I felt some sadness because I probably wouldn't be coming back to this game for a while. And you know what? I can't wait to come back to it because it was such a pleasure to play this, and it was one of my favorite games I've ever played. And where I said Cold Steel 3 was one of the best JRPGs, I do think that, because I was very hyped for that when the story beats and everything happened in that game. But I think Aono Kiseki there's no contest. This is my favorite game in Legend of Heroes. Hands down.